Hello one, hello all, welcome to this May 10th through 12th edition of Show Business. I am CP.
I am Dino of the Late Late Horror Show.
And I am Lindsay of My 2 Cents of Nonsense. Howdily doodly.
Dino, avoid smacking the microphone, please.
Right. Yes, sir.
Instead of smack your bitch up, it's smack your mic up.
You're like, hi, I'm Dino.
Okay.
So, the weekend that was, I clickbaited people on the YouTube page.
How dare you?
But it's not a lie. It is a technical fact. On the YouTube page, I said that Pokemon Detective Pikachu overcame Endgame, and if you're anywhere but America, that's true. Internationally, Detective Pikachu was number one. However, here in the States, the only place that matters, number one once again was Avengers Endgame with 63 million. In second was Detective Pikachu with 54 million.
Pika Pika!
We'll get to that in a minute. Third was The Hustle, 13 million. Fourth was The Intruder with 7 million. And fifth was Long Shot with 6 million.
I know this isn't going to be good for the podcast, but at least for the YouTube part of this, everybody is that Intruder poster giving you like serious Predator vibes? Because it's giving me Predator vibes.
Sure. It's a set of eyes behind red fonted Intruder with the family members in the Intruder font.
Yeah.
It is very giallo horror-ish.
Good word there. Okay.
The only thing is with the chat, it's not showing up on the YouTube stream.
Yeah, I know. If the chat gets a little crazy, that will come up. For some reason, I fucked up on the OBS end, or maybe not. Okay. Oh yeah, see there it is. Poof. It's I fucked up the YouTube chat. It's fine.
Okay. No biggie.
So many ones.
One.
That's a lot of ones, man.
That's YouTube lingo. I need to squish my first OBS error on the book. So it's far down, guys. You gotta keep the chat flowing if you want to see it on the screen.
Hi, White Tim.
Oh, there you go.
Hello in the YouTube chat, John Steele, White Tim, Raiders 8K joined us earlier. So we've seen some movies. You know what, Dino?
Yes?
You've seen something new, ish.
Newish. It took me about 3 weeks, but I finally seen Avengers Endgame.
Insert music here.
Which is still number one.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
it's
still
relevant.
number one. Oh, you got something there from Ryan Strom in the super chat there, Arion.
Hey Ryan, thank you, $5 in the super chat. Hey guys, hope you're all having a great night, and to
Thank
you as
you,
well,
Ryan.
sir. Thank you. It's a crying shame that's not showing up on the YouTube chat. I fucked up. This is my first day. I fucked up.
Yeah, we'll work it out, the kinks.
Now you're dropping those F-bombs, sir.
Oh, we're officially R now. Damn it. Yeah. Go ahead, Dino.
Avengers. I went and seen it. It was a Brie Larson. I'll get to it. I don't know if I should save that for the after show because there were.
I already dropped 2 F-bombs.
There were, there were a couple parts in the movie that, I did not like her in the movie.
Who?
I'll just play
Brie Larson.
Plain out say it. Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Dude, you're so typecast. She's
And
barely in the
then
movie.
when she showed up with the short hair and all that, but no, the agenda.
Short hair. What does that matter?
I don't know.
And then she had that jean jacket on, and man, I was just pissed.
Picking on her now is what I'm doing. She acted like her shit didn't stink, and
Did she really, Dino?
No. Okay.
Hey, she took a headbutt from Thanos, bro. Like that's like, if I took a headbutt from Thanos, I don't think my shit would stink either. I'm just gonna say it. Like
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I guess maybe she did that before she took the headbutt from Thanos, but I don't know.
Okay, well, we're getting back to it. It's I loved Infinity Wars better. Don't get me wrong whatsoever. I really enjoyed Avengers Endgame. It was a great movie. But there are a handful of films in the Marvel Universe that I definitely would put ahead of it. I know they were all, this was a big conclusion and all that, but there were a lot of little things in there that were thrown in there. I'm like, is that necessary? Like the whole agenda thing with like the water's cleaner here, so there should be, all of that stuff, because half the population's gone. There's half the amount of ships in the water, so the water's cleaner, little things like that.
Yeah.
I love the end. Well, we can say spoilers now, right?
We got the official okay from Marvel, so go ahead.
That's right. Yeah, it's officially been dropped, sir.
I love the Captain Marvel, ending there where he wanted to live his life with his love, and they show the little ring there at the end, and thought that was sweet, in the film.
That makes me wonder, is Captain America the father of that girl that he made out with in Captain America's Civil War now?
Oh.
Or is that girl does not exist anymore?
Yeah. See, I mean, there's little things that are, little errors in the filmmaking there. But yeah, no, it's I enjoyed the movie very, very much. So
I liked it, but
hey, when all those chicks got together, CP, Lindsay.
Well, it's been confirmed that was a reshoot, which makes sense because they're all just kind of there in that one location. And again, I don't hate the idea behind this. I just wish it had been more fluid. I wish it had been more natural. And I guess maybe one thing that Twitter's really pointed out to me, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, this is pandering the movie. So why does this one pandering moment not work so well? And I don't know. I kind of just want to let it go.
Well,
I think it could have been better, but
it's so odd and out of place, though.
But what happened in subtext? Like, I'm actually, I think Dino's a little nuts when it comes to the Brie Larson stuff. But with this female scene, I'm actually going to side with Dino here. What happened to subtext in movies? You have a bunch of different races, different creed, different species of people working together. Shouldn't that just be the message? Like that's subtext. It's right there. It's right there in the movie. Look, all these people working together to outdo evil. That's all you need in the fucking movie. Damn it, I did it again. Damn it.
Yeah. It's like the old Wonder Twins in the old TV show. Women unite. And they all just come.
But the Wonder Twins were a guy and a girl.
I was just using the old one. Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Dino.
I know.
Dino being Dino, crotchety old Dino.
Well, I had an interesting thought this week. Everyone does harp on that moment, and there are things to harp on about, even if it's getting way too much hate. It's funny that
the woman scene.
But what's funny is nobody's talking about how the first people to come back are Black Panther. And how that doesn't make sense, because the first person to say anything is Sam. So why isn't Sam the first one we see? No, it's Black Panther, because Black Panther made all this money and representation. And I'm not hating on that moment either. I just think it's really funny that everyone's harping on about the ladies unite. Yeah. But not that. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Well, I think that flowed a lot better. I mean, it's just the women uniting there really quick, for that scene when they're trying to get to that van. It's just like, okay, they're all of a sudden going to come together right there at that time. It just was odd, out of place. And then when the news that's been, with Brie Larson, everything that's been going on, it just adds to you looking at it and going, what the hell was that for? Why did they do that? Mm-hmm. And another thing about Brie Larson.
Oh, God.
The ending, the funeral scene. Miss Almighty Captain Marvel has got to stand way back, away from everybody, because
she didn't know everyone. She was the outsider.
Yeah, perhaps she's literally the outsider.
She's too good for everyone.
Oh, I know.
She's too good for
everyone. No, I remembered. I read a cool thing this week. The way people enter into that shot, because that whole scene is one shot. And the way that characters are revealed on camera, the order that they're revealed is the order that they were introduced in the MCU, which is why Brie Larson is the last one, because she was the last one to be introduced.
Is that a fact?
I see her stepping up on the porch higher than everybody else, other than Nick Fury.
Oh, dude, she's higher than. Oh, come on, Dino.
Okay, Lindsay, that's reached, and I'm shutting up now.
Okay.
Okay, I'll shut up.
That's some
I'm the guy that accused freaking M. Night Shyamalan of conspiracy things in Glass, and that's too much for me, bro.
Do you know he's got some Triumph of the Will types conspiracies with Brie Larson and
Triumph of the Larson?
Hey, she's presented high above everyone, so she that's to tell you that she's above all us, and in the back by herself.
She started.
She started it. Let's let it go. How about that?
On to the next topic.
So the movie was good, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I love the movie. It was great. Yeah.
But you're right though. Infinity War is the better movie, if nothing else, than just because Thanos is just a more interesting character in the first one. But
it's his movie. It's he's the protag of sorts in
the protagonist.
Yeah, the protagonist.
And again, I was raised with Thanos and Galactus kind of being these two almighty characters, and Galactus has never really been a part of this whole Marvel universe.
Well, because Fox owns them, unfortunately, or at least they did until I guess Disney owns them now. But
yeah, but that's what's Infinity's got the Disney's got the Infinity Gauntlet now.
Yeah, Jesus, right there. They're blowing out half of it.
Fox, Lucasfilm. Somebody made a picture that had that.
Galactus, the Watchers. I mean, there's so many different other characters, but haven't been. But anyways, yeah.
Well, I've heard Galactus is on the horizon.
Probably
for Marvel.
The next wave of Marvel. Yeah, hopefully Silver.
Fingers crossed he's not just a cloud this time.
Right.
Yeah, that was.
Galactus needs to be on his big old ship, flying through the universe. No, yeah, there's lots they can do there. I need my glasses to see the chat. Okay, on to the next. Detective did not dethrone.
Well, in the States it didn't.
It came very close, though, for the record. Yeah. 54 is very respectable for a video game movie to open to. That is... actually, what is
and against that competition, too, is quite...
Fuego disagrees in the chat.
Disagrees
about Infinity Wars pretty much being neck and neck with the Avengers Endgame. I totally disagree.
I think
his second point in there is that they're very different, which they are. It is. They're very like one's a time heist movie and the other's like a sprawling space adventure. They are very different.
In due time, it's going to be a Kill Bill 1 and 2 thing where it's just going to be. Well, it's technically it's one movie, so
I agree with you there, Sleepy. Yeah.
Because Kill Bill 2 is way different than Kill Bill 1.
Right.
Oh, okay. So here, I got numbers on video game movies. Detective Pikachu opening
They're all
with
shit.
in the 50s. The next one's down to 47, and then after that, down to 38. It gets...
These are opening weekends, though, right?
These are opening weekends. And actually, when you get to 5th place, you're back to a Pokemon movie from 1999.
Pokemon?
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Well, we saw it, Lindsay.
Yeah, I did.
What thoughts, guys?
Yeah.
Because I did not see it.
Folks on Patreon for WILIscredia can see Emily and I walk to the movie theater and a little bit extra.
That was.
Did
awesome.
you catch any Pokemon on the way?
No. Dude, I'm completely foreign to this stuff. The first act, I was just like, wait, what's going on? What? Who? Where? Why? Is this all cool? Am I tripping?
So you're confused. So we need more info on the movie from Lindsay.
Yeah, I settled in eventually as somebody who was completely like I knew Pikachu as the thing on everything Nintendo. Like that's all I knew Pikachu as. But
did he Pikachu?
Yeah, those things are adorable though. Like there's like a
I wanted
little
to pet
turtle
everything.
One. Yeah. Yeah, they
all
had the big dumb Disney eyes too.
Yeah.
Oh, I had all the toys from Burger King, and there were like 50 of them, I think.
Pokemon
toys.
King.
Hey, I'm a toy guy. I collect everything. So I had them all. Anyways, go ahead.
No, it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a C, like a C. Maybe it's a C, maybe a C plus if I'm feeling generous. So it's not like amazing, but it's more than a passing grade. It's got heart. I kind of cared about the characters. The effects were just incredible, and the fact that they managed to have so many subtle little callbacks to the show and stuff like that was nice. Like it's the same person when it's not Ryan Reynolds doing the Pikachu voice. It's the same person who's been doing the voice since the 90s of Pikachu. That Pika Pika Pika. It's the same voice actor 20 years later. Wow. So like that by itself was kind of a fun little thing to suddenly hear in one scene. It's like, oh, I remember that. I remember. Pikachu. And as for what this world of Pokemon is, all you need to know is gotta catch them all. You gotta get the Pokemon, because you don't get the Pokemon, you're not the Pokemon master. You want to be the Pokemon master. Everyone wants to be the Pokemon master. That's all. That's all there is to it, and that's why kids love it. It's simple.
Yeah, it's
nice.
Capitalism at its finest.
It so is. It's a marketing person's wet dream. Whoever came up with this is an absolute genius in their field, because this works as a game, it works as a TV show, manga, the toys, because you got to get them all. Oh, I got to get all the stuffed toys. A card game. Oh, I got to get all the cards. Once I have all the cards, then I'll be the Pokemon master. It's just a genius thing in so many different ways.
Dude, like, we got the drug dealer treatment at the movie theater. We got 2 free packs of cards with our tickets at the movie theater. The Pokemon card game.
Nice.
In the pack comes 2 cards, and on the back it says cards needed to play full game 60. The first taste is free.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cards.
Did you get any good cards? Did you get?
Did you get a gold card?
I don't know what the cards were.
Oh, how dare you not just have them right there? Come on, man. Ill prepared.
But CP, you enjoyed the film, huh?
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. Guys, take over for a second.
Sure. Yeah. Like, if I were to lodge complaints at the movie, it's the ending is a little kind of ties everything up with a bow, maybe a little too nicely. Although it's also nice and cool, and I kind of want to see more at the same time. So mixed bag. And there's one action scene about 3/4 of the way through the movie that goes on for way too long. I don't want to say anything specific for spoiler's sake, but it goes on for like 5-10 minutes, and I'm just like
extending scenes and Pokemon.
No, but it's like it's not even like changing up what's happening. It's just the same thing. You go, oh my God, we gotta dodge this. We're gonna get crushed. We gotta dodge this. We're gonna get crushed. We gotta dodge it. It just keeps going and going.
Are you talking about the beginning of the 3rd act? Is that what you're talking about?
Pretty much, yeah. When the
land becomes a thing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Dude, I didn't laugh. I haven't laughed that hard this year when they're running from the earth growing and becoming a piece of Pokemon. And there's this throwaway line where Pikachu says, "At this point, how can you not believe in global warming?" Like, it was such a throwaway line, but it fucking destroyed me. And yeah, we're full blown R-rated at this point, but I was laughing at that line for.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds is he owns this movie. He's 100% committed to this character, and I don't know how much of that was improvised, how much it was in the script, but he was dope. He was awesome.
And they wrap up why he's, they pay you off. Why is Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu?
Oh yeah,
they give you that. I guess that's all I can ask for. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you, I would give it I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I think on Letterboxd I give it a 3 stars.
That's a perfectly fine rating. Because again, it works. Like, it'll keep kids entertained, and adults will find things to look at. And it's such a vibrant, alive world. It's fun to kind of just watch the background of all the different things that are happening. Even if you're not necessarily sucked in by the story, there's usually so much going on around the characters.
Right. That Pokemon universe is very active. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's just usually just something happening in the frame somewhere.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
It's just on reference.
Based off the description we've given.
Based on what you guys are saying, yeah,
once again, apologies to the YouTube viewers. I screwed up my OBS. This is my first rodeo here, and for some reason, if the chat does not move fast enough, it's not showing up on the YouTube page. So. Yeah, apparently the audio is out of sync on Lindsay and Dino. Thank you, Trini.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is a trial by fire. Thank you.
Good to know.
Yeah, we'll have that fixed next time. So news is a bit interesting. And no shock. The Hustle made $13 million.
We literally called it be in third place. Like everyone, I think.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yeah. In our prediction game, every one of us had it in third.
Oh, did we? Everybody did pick that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And one person was perfect.
Who was it?
You're talking to him, buddy.
I
get the gloat. Get the gloat. Get the gloat. No.
Were you perfect this week, CP?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
surprising.
Yeah.
I told you, don't crawl in the grave earlier than you need to, right?
She's in the hole right now. I don't know if you watched her get the soda, but I'll give her the lotion to rub on her skin. Excuse me.
She gets the hose again.
On its skin.
There it is.
Or else it gets the hose again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So The Hustle, Mother's Day weekend, 13 million. That seems about right. I don't know. Inoffensive. That movie will be gone next week. As far as top 5 is concerned.
Oh yeah, no, it's fallen to at least 6th place.
Yeah, thanks for playing. Have a nice weekend.
Yep. Bye, Hustle. Rebel Wilson.
Hey, you did your thing,
Yeah,
Ted Bundy movie on Netflix, but you did your thing.
Oh yeah, so that was new as of last Friday, but you caught up and watched it, Lindsay. The incredibly long and mouthy title. Also vile.
Extremely loud and incredibly close.
Yeah, it's a mad, vile, heinous.
Yeah, it's a crippled, wicked,
Charlie
extremely strange world.
Terrible evilness of mankind. I got off work one night. I didn't really have anything going on. I saw on Twitter people talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that. So I grabbed a beer and I just watched it. And I went from hating it to kind of liking it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a horrible first act, but it gets better.
Okay.
When it's not trying to be a weird romantic comedy, it's actually pretty okay, but it spends way too much time trying to be a weird romantic comedy in the beginning. And I get that. He's a charismatic guy, and I'm sure the one, what's-her-face, I'm blanking on her name right now, was actually really, truly in love with him for a long time, and that's an interesting story to try and tell.
Well, the book was written by the ex-girlfriend.
Oh, there you go. Oh, the wife. They were.
Oh, right. Whatever. Yeah.
Were they just engaged? They were married? Okay.
I'm sure she's trying to forget that portion, at the very least.
Oh no!
Listen,
these women who marry these prisoners.
No. Her story is prior to, and she was one of the first people to call the police and say, that sounds like my Teddy.
Oh,
and that was a very interesting moment in the movie when they revealed that, how they handled that. It was I really dug it. I've never been a fan of Lily Collins, but she had some really good moments in this movie. She's always really bored me, but she actually I liked her in this.
Caleb in the chat says horrible first act, sounds like my relationship.
Oh jeez.
Hey, well the second and third act got better, right, Caleb?
I don't like these producers. I mean, granted, it's adapted from a book written by somebody who isn't a serial killer, so whatever. I'm getting a little tired of these producers capitalizing on the infamy of these serial killers. My Friend Dahmer, really neat movie, doesn't explore the serial killer. It's a neat movie. I'm intrigued by it. They never really take you down one path and say this is why he's killing people. They just kind of...
Oh, right. And a lot of stuff happened to the young Jeffrey Dahmer that led to what, there were signs of killing animals, all this other stuff.
And then it'll go all in on any one thing. Like he's kind of picked on in school. They don't really go deep on it. He has homosexual thoughts that he doesn't really... He kind of tinkers on in the movie. They don't really dive full in that. Like you said, the stuff with the what do you call that when you melt carcasses? What is that called? There's a science name for that.
The Breaking Bad barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I can't remember the term, but yeah.
That's touched on and not really, exploited. It's just like, hey, maybe these are the reasons why. As for the go ahead.
Well, it's fascinating that that's how you describe My Friend Dahmer, because I've never actually seen it.
Oh, please do.
Yeah. I'll try and check it out, especially in wake of this, because this movie has a lot of the same stuff. It doesn't really go into how he got like that. or why he's doing it, or why he continues to do it, or even though when the cops are chasing him, he just kind of does it. It's just what it is. It's what he does. And one thing that like fascinated and disappointed me was I thought that the reason why he saw her at that bar and approached her and wanted to like hang out with her and stuff like that was because he wanted to kill her. But then he like goes home and meets her daughter and like, oh, I can't kill this woman, and maybe he actually starts to kind of like her. It goes from there, and maybe that's how it is, or maybe that's how it was, but it doesn't go into it enough. It doesn't explore it. There's no moment where he's like, I almost killed you or anything like that. There is one really, really awesome moment at the end. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. It's because it happened in real life. Was there a moment right before he got executed and that he revealed things or anything like that? Does that sound
he tried to give locations for more time. That's an accurate fact.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And all that was very fascinating, was to watch this man just be like, no, I'm innocent. I did not do these things. I'm innocent, just fighting like tooth and nail against the stuff. But the fact that we really only got like a peek into the other side, if we really we only saw the facade, was a little disappointing, I think.
As somebody who has a delicate knowledge of the infamy that is Ted Bundy, I'm kind of
same here. Yeah.
Kind of upset that they don't explore his charm in this movie, because like the thing that people constantly said, like once you'd have a conversation with him, you're like this is how he was able to attract and kill so many women, because he was just so charismatic, enigmatic.
It's like, why go head into a movie like this exploring not Jeffrey Dahmer, but Ted Bundy,
Jeffrey Bundy,
without including all of that. I mean, it's just a waste of a movie. I'm not saying it's not good and it's not enjoyable. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I don't know if it's good. I just went from hating it to liking it. That's my.
I think just the fact, a serial killer like this with so much that went on in his past and the killings and everything else, all the women, and even the trying to keep a hand. And I mean, that's why he's. This woman, every serial killer, not all of them, but they like to keep a bit of a normal life, somewhat for reality's sake, and venture out and keep all of that hidden from the person they truly want to feel that love, like a real husband and wife.
Tell us about your family, Dino.
I'm done.
So where'd you get that hat from?
Yeah. So they put up a facade,
let's
right?
Change the subject, please.
Good family man.
Why do you
Dino.
hate Brie Larson again?
Yeah, Dino knows a lot about serial killers and the facade they put on.
The movie
I have to be out of here about an hour from now, so I'm just saying.
I gotta go clean my garage.
I can never remember his name, but I'm still
Make sure the freezer's
Leo tried to make it. Who was the guy that made like the horror hotel at like the turn of the century?
Oh, that's a Netflix documentary too. Oh no,
is there one about?
No. I'm thinking of the one where the guy installed peepholes in the ceiling. That is not what you're talking about. That was fascinating too. Creep.
I did hear about that. That sounded good, but I can never remember his name. But like,
that's the one from the 30s or so.
Something like that. I'll look him up right now. Oh, it's like H.H. something. H.H. It's like it's got a lot. H.H. Holmes. That's it. Yeah. That's a serial killer movie I think should get made. I mean, it's
probably have.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like his victims aren't still alive. It's not as fresh. Explore the story of it. Like it's. I don't know. But yeah, it was an interesting movie. I don't know if it's good, but I liked it enough at the end. And then the credits, they rolled footage of Ted Bundy, and it was interesting to see this very laid back, very casual looking dude just laughing his way through things. And
he was quite arrogant during the trial. That much we knew.
Oh yeah.
Do you agree with Zac Efron and believe he got away with a lot because of white privilege? No.
I had not heard Zac Efron say that. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think.
I'm not sure why he would even say that, but yeah, that makes no sense to me whatsoever.
No, the guy was a charmer, and
that's it.
And escaped.
Nothing to do with white privilege.
Yeah. He was charismatic. I don't know if white privilege has anything. No, I don't think so.
I never want to lie, because it's always the possibility that like a cop pulled him over or something and let him go just because hey, he was a white guy, whatever. Who cares if his taillight's out? But
who said that?
Apparently Zac Efron said that, but I don't know if it was like a prevalent detail in it. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Fuego in the chat says, I am not a serial killer is the best in that subgenre I've seen in quite a while. Fuego will be joining us on the After Hours show for those watching on YouTube.
I guess.
Wait, what is I Am Not a Serial Killer? Is that another movie? Is that a documentary, or is that another movie? Or
that's a good question. I don't know how much of a delay we have. We'll find out.
Fair enough.
Didn't he say subgenre, or so? That's just. It's a subgenre in itself, like the Jeffrey Dahmer movie. New Wicked, it doesn't dive into the serial killer part as much as. I
get why they're doing it. I'm disappointed in you, Hollywood. Why are you resting on the history?
Preach,
dude. Make the movie and have the third act. Have the M. Night moment be. Oh, this is Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Jeffrey Dahmer. That would be better. Just let the movie speak for itself. Don't make a movie. All right, so apparently Ted Bundy was into tennis. Let's make a tennis movie and then have it be Ted Bundy playing tennis. Stop. Just make your movie first.
Yeah.
For the record, I would love to watch a Ted Bundy playing the tennis movie. Now that you put that out in the world, I need that.
As long as he's killing after he's done playing tennis.
You know what it is? It's an anime, just like where every character is based on a serial killer. And so Ted Bundy is the tennis player. The other guy we talked about earlier, H.H. Holmes, he's like a homemaker. It's like every.
he's a guard. No, he was. Was he a pharmacist or not? I'm trying to remember back.
Who?
Yeah.
H.H. Holmes.
Yeah, it's.
Who knows? Yeah. It's...
Well, the one that hey, capitalize on the clowns, make the Gacy movie.
John Wayne Gacy. Well, they've made John Wayne Gacy movies in the past.
Make a good one.
Right there you go.
Oh, that little detail.
Do you know, in modern day, how protective parents are of their kids, to just remind people that. Oh yeah, no. Yeah. This guy did kids parties and did kids and partied and did more. And
the amount of bodies they took out of his house underneath the
they're fascinating stories. Like more often than not, these serial killers will go after prostitutes and social. People on the lower end of the social
spectrum. Such a dark podcast, I just realized, but keep going.
Well, it's been off the rails ever since I thought I smelled something on fire, so I might as well.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
But you look at what Gacy did, and children, like that's the no. Like right. that guy had some cojones on him. Just fascinating. It's fascinating.
Yeah, no, and how easy it is for some people to be so alluring to another group of people. I mean, the predator and prey situation in a serial killer's life is very, very interesting, and that's the kind of word that needs to get out there. That's why I say I agree with you. Let's make a real serial killer movie, like John Wayne Gacy, so people know, hey, let's not just sit back again and let our kids just wander off and do whatever.
Do you think kids today are wandering?
Oh, they're wandering just as much as ever. Yeah.
I don't see kids outside.
I'm not going to speak to. Oh yeah, no. I mean,
probably depends on where you live.
Yeah, I'm going to stop there. I guess it is a dark talk that we're having here, and to even get into details on, how easy it is for some of these people to just. I mean, in a city here where I am alone, I mean, kids end up being, they disappear every single day. I mean, and you wonder to yourself, how is that possible? But then you hear on the news, or I've got an ear to certain police departments and stuff like that, where a van just pulls up down the street. And, if that girl didn't run to the first house very quickly, because the door opened on the van. And how easy it is to just, because that guy's usually stronger or whoever than the child or the female walking down that street, not paying attention because has no idea. It's just dumb luck that a van would pull up, open the door, you're grabbed, you're thrown in, and never to be seen again. I mean, it's a scary world we live in,
Which reminds me of Pikachu.
There you go. Fun. Let's all have suckers.
If we all had a Pokemon, we would be okay. But we don't all have a Pokemon.
Well, even Pikachu is Detective Pikachu investigating a murder. So you know what? Kids get exposed to that.
Did you notice the sly references to other genres of film? Did you get the Basic Instinct nod there in the movie?
What?
Yeah. I don't think I got a Basic Instinct nod.
Yeah. They replicate the leg crossing scene, although obviously not as. They do detective.
Not as provocative.
Yeah. Obviously, there's no beaver.
There's cartoon hair there. Oh, God.
It's Beavermon that does it. No.
Beavermon.
What's the one with like the cabbage on its back? There's like a bunch of them. It looks like they have a cabbage back.
Oh, that's Bulbasaur.
I see.
Oh.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah, there's this duck thing that explodes.
And he's one of the
when
3 Pokemon that you could start with in the classic Pokemon: Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander.
Man, you're a nerd.
I still have a good collection of all the Pokemon cards too. Anyways, go on.
And you have a collection. You're a double nerd.
Hey.
Yeah, I gave all my cards to my brother a long time ago. Probably should hold on to some of them to sell, but
because you grew up.
Yeah. Well, I grew up. I have so many magic.
Hang on, let me get my Star Wars toys. Hold on.
Who the hell wants to grow up? My God.
No, nobody ever.
No.
Yeah, can I show off my Commander deck for Magic the Gathering on this podcast right now?
No, that wasn't an opening to be nerdy.
This is my Commander rune.
He's got covers on him.
This is Nissa Vastwoods here. Well, I mean, there's some money in this deck, dude. If I'm being real with you right now.
For those of you listening on the podcast,
let me find my D&D cards. Hold on.
Yes, for those of you listening.
Hey, don't make me get my player's handbook. I have it over there.
Yes. Yeah,
those are worth some money. Anyways,
Lindsay's sexability has dropped about 15 points in the last 45 seconds.
The problem is you're implying that I ever had any sex. But that's why I'm here doing this podcast about show business.
Hey. Oh. 3 dweeby white dudes hating on Brie Larson. The show.
Brie Larson is awesome, man. I defend.
I love her too. I mean,
I always forget she's in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
She's so good in that movie. Like, she should do a Rockstar movie. I don't know who she would be, but she should, that'd be interesting.
Clash at Demon Head?
I did notice in credits, Brie Larson's stunt double, and there was a name there.
Oh, was it?
What?
It could have been her Heine double.
Could have been, yeah. Anyways, go on. We got coming out the next week. I mean, this coming week.
No, nothing big. Just the next #1 movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I finally need to watch the John Wick. Never actually.
You haven't seen any of the John Wicks?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I suck.
Yeah. And each week, I mean, each installment has gone up and up as the cult status of John Wick has become bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, it will be dethroned, I think, this week. Yeah.
It being Avengers, it's already been dethroned internationally. So.
Yeah, that don't count. Come on.
The clock is a ticking. Oh, for those of you keeping track at home,
U.S. and 50 other coutres.
Keeping track at home, Avatar still #1 all time with 2.79 billion. Avengers Endgame is now at 2.48 billion in 17 days. Yeah. It's got 310 million to make.
It'll have it by day 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should.
I would cautiously say a month, because you cut the 300 it made this week in half, 150, and then cut that in half and cut that in half, and 3 more weeks.
Did you guys hear about well, I guess it's the tradition. Whenever a movie overtakes another movie at like major records, you send a letter congratulating them.
Oh.
Like Star Wars did that with E.T. and then so on and so forth. It's kind of a fun tradition.
Man, Hollywood likes to suck itself off, huh?
Oh yeah, and they send letters back and say, have you included the price of inflation and ticket prices? Oh, go ahead.
Well, so James Cameron did that this week, sending out a thing talking about Avengers overtaking Titanic, and I loved how the internet exploded with just being like, yeah, James Cameron, yeah, no, go away. Superhero movies are awesome, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. He did kind of bring this on himself by bad talking superhero movies a few years ago.
Yeah. Still #1 and #3. He'll eventually be 2 and 3 with separate genres. Like
Yeah.
Well, higher ticket prices,
Drastically
and
different movies.
I think James Cameron said he's going to raise them by another 10% just when the movies come out, just because he's got that much pull.
Well, Dino, Avatar is a lot of 3D money, so.
Nah. Yeah.
Didn't you have to watch that movie in 3D? Wasn't that one of the deals?
I watched it in 2D at least once.
I did.
I saw it twice.
Yeah.
You know what'd be funny is if Avatar 2 is not in 3D. It's it's just a 2D IMAX movie.
That'd be swell, actually.
I'd be so down for that.
Don't be so gimmicky, JC.
Yeah, come on, Jimmy. Jesus Christ.
Good old Jimmy Carmer.
So there was a little bit of news last week. New Mutants, which has just been in limbo, a tornado of dates, now has a date.
Firm,
yeah, quotes.
Unquote.
Well, Disney announced it to their shareholders, so that's
shareholders, quote unquote.
20. What is it? April 2020. We're actually getting
April 3rd, 2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
So New Mutants.
And that's from an article from today, May 13th. So who knows how many more times it's going to change? But
well, it had no day. It had no date, for a little bit. So I'll take it at face value for now. Is it true that they're trying to make it a PG-13 movie though?
I don't know anything about that. Let's see if this article I have handy says anything about that.
We'll have plenty of more news flashes for that movie in the future.
Yeah. Every
because they've got plenty of time to tinker with it still. They probably still wondering what, even though they set a date, that can always change. But they're probably saying, let's just get a firm date out there and we'll try to fix what's wrong right now. So you know.
They might just drop it on Disney Plus too.
That's what I predicted.
Yes.
So
yes,
we'll
that's
see.
right. That's right. You heard it here first a couple weeks ago.
Breaking news. Yes.
I can't find anything confirming or denying it being a rated R or PG-13 movie. It's does not seem to be available information on the web right now. More recent than 7 months.
Okay. So it's got a date again. It's got a date.
And I want to see it. I thought that first trailer looked really good. It's a great cast.
Yeah, back when I was married the first time, when I first saw the trailer, it looked pretty good.
Like it's been 3 years ago.
Yeah. I think Obama was president when the first trailer came out.
I think Trump had been elected, but
Obama was still president.
Office.
Yes,
I could be wrong. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. Ooh, that feels so long ago.
Yeah. Every day feels like a year in the United States. Just again, stray away from politics. So there was a trailer that dropped last Thursday.
There was.
People made a stink about it.
I thought it looked very good.
Did it?
Chapter 2.
I was trying to be subtle with saying it looked very good, but thank you, Dino, for just throwing it out there.
You're good. I didn't watch it.
Good. Well, you didn't.
So
you're not going to do a Melvin video or whatever? Or...
Melvin? Sigmund? No.
Sigmund.
Maybe.
So it did not appeal to you?
No, I like being surprised. After Pet Sematary,
you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. That's all I have to say.
Well, tell me about it.
There wasn't much to it, was there, Lindsay?
It's it. What is it?
I thought it was a very off-putting. It showed an extended cut of a scene between a grown-up Bev and a woman who lives in her house now, their childhood house with her abusive father. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a very effective scene. It maybe went on a little bit too long, but it did what it was supposed to do. And it also hinted at they're going to try and go into the origins of Pennywise, which I'm not sure is a good or a bad name.
Spider.
Good or a bad idea? Yeah, if it's a spider, man. Could you imagine if they have the Alexander Skarsgård spider just appear out of nowhere in the third act?
Oh,
it's Alexander, right? Is that
Dennis,
Skarsgård it is?
Dennis the Blue Corner correcting me in the chat. Disney will still release it under the Fox name, so it doesn't need to be PG. Also, the trailer came out in 2017, so fine. Obama wasn't president, but I was still technically married. So
yeah. Yeah, the trailer definitely was an extended scene. It did not have a trailer feel to it. It was just they said, "Hey, let's put this little scene out there," and I mean, and I liked it. It was very interesting and very cool. I'm not sure about, am I the only one that caught the laugh, Pennywise's laugh at the very end? It seemed weird, just a little too childish. If I can, I mean.
I missed
I don't
that.
know.
I'll go back and watch it again to try and catch that.
Did you watch the Child's Play trailer by accident, maybe?
Listen to, they conversed and no, but yeah. And I'm not sure if I would like them going to the.
Here's a new drinking game. Every time Dino says no, yeah, or yeah, no, take a shot.
Oh, shut up.
No, yeah, no, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no. I'm
no
sorry,
more
Dino.
no's, no more yes.
Every time I say interesting, take a shot.
It's all right.
That's
Listen,
my game.
I say a lot. It's fine. We all have ticks. Oh, come on, Dino. Perk up, talk. I didn't mean to shoot you down. Let's go. Come on.
Fine.
Entertainment. Let's go.
Yeah, it's fine.
I refuse. That will not be entertaining.
Oh, so Lindsay, you were
Speaking of Aladdin,
something.
Yeah,
else.
there was an extended Aladdin trailer that came, or it showed a lot of the Friend Like Me sequence.
I need that movie to do well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
your need and my want is two different things because I saw that trailer during the Avengers Endgame. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't look good at all.
It looks dismal.
It looks awful. It looks every flavor of terrible. That movie looks
It does. But it will do fine just on the name alone.
Sure,
of course.
sure.
It's gonna be Disney's $3 billion. It's made the $4th billion. I guess it's going to make this year.
Yeah. They might have a couple more years of this, but they're not going to keep getting away with just putting crap out there, just because of the name alone. I don't think.
I think if two of the three live action movies stutter, they're going to rethink things.
Well,
so Dumbo already
only
has
made 344
worldwide.
So that's a stumble. That's stumble one. Yeah.
So if
you can't just release crap, man, and say.
Sure you can.
They know Disney. They know that they'll bring the kids.
Have you seen the Sony Pictures operation? Because that's all they do.
Yeah. Well, so actually, here's this. That's my tick. By whenever I say that, that's when you take a shot from me. So Dumbo's production budget on Box Office Mojo, which only includes production, it does not include advertising costs, is $170 million.
I'm sure.
And on a movie that big that you got a lot kind of writing on, they probably spent 50 to 75, if not another 100 million, just advertising that movie. So Dumbo really, truly did not make very much money.
Yeah,
right.
Sounds
really,
about right.
Just putting it into more perspective there.
Sure. And there's no clickbait, Disney shoving the Disney propaganda machine down our throat about Dumbo, because that's not a topic that we can exploit here on YouTube.
Right.
It's only Star Wars and Marvel where they say, "Oh my God, Disney's on fire. Women hate everybody."
By the way, we've had our second mention in the chat of Loquisha, so should we?
Go ahead.
So for those that are fortunate enough to not be aware, there is a movie coming out in July this year. I don't know what its release is going to be like, but it is called Loquisha. And it is about a white dude starting a radio show where he does a character of a very, very, very stereotypical cliche black woman. And it looks horrible. It's going to be the new Birds. I'm calling it. It's going to be the new Birdemic. It's going to be the new, not the Birds. That's an insult to Hitchcock. I meant Birdemic. It's going to be the next Room. I mean, maybe not. Really? This guy, Jeremy Seville, he has made one other movie that he also wrote and starred and directed in called The Test. And the trailers for both Loquisha and The Test, and by the way, Jeremy Seville, the writer, director, star of The Test, is also the writer, director, star of Loquisha. There's very similar things going on. You see very flat lighting. It looks like a soap opera or not soap opera, a sitcom more often than not. They kind of just
well, if it's a comedy, you kind of expect that.
Oh but I mean,
not for the
not
movies.
Quite this bland, not quite this. Just fill the area with lights. And also, he just kind of generically plays music under the trailers that aren't really connected to anything that's happening. It's just like a cheesy song that just kind of plays in its entirety. So he doesn't have much to work with in terms of money. He's an indie filmmaker, but it just looks rough. The trailer didn't really make me laugh. Did it make you guys laugh? Like, it's just... You can be honest. Like, I'm not gonna hold it against you.
I didn't watch the It trailer. You think I watched the LoQuisha trailer?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Like I said, watch it. We're talking about this, so
I looked into it. I didn't watch it.
I'd be curious if there's going to be some backlash on the subject matter alone. I mean, come on.
Oh, Twitter has been very
already.
So the name alone is like, it sounds like a bit I did when I was a bit more of an edgy comedian.
Oh, it's like your early James Gunn days.
Yeah, it's like naming the film Shaniqua.
Well, no, Shaniqua's a little bit more.
You think?
Mainstream, normal. LoQuisha. Okay. Is there something behind that name?
I have no idea. He just needed to make a persona in order
exaggerated, to stereotypically black sounding name. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
LoQuisha.
Yeah. And I literally had a bit like that when I was a bit more edgy about exaggerated. Stereotypically black names and how they sound like prescription drugs, and hurricanes sound like white people.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're doing both, so there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh no. Hurricane Jim, Hurricane Peter.
Yeah, please hate on some white people.
That's funny.
Yeah. Prescribe some Nucynta. Sorry.
So this guy, he made this movie, at least in my opinion, to get attention. Like, this isn't something you go and do because you think you're gonna go and win all the film festivals and stuff like that. So in a way, I was talking
won
about this
film
movie,
festivals.
It's actually, if you go and watch the trailer at the San Luis Obispo Film Festival,
the oh so prestigious.
Yes, the most prestigious.
Well, they're all drunk on wine, so that's why they released it there and won.
There you go.
Anyway,
but I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is a good movie, man. Give me another bottle of wine. 1932.
Oh God.
Oh, go ahead.
No, he wanted attention, and he's getting it. So I guess we'll see if he can do anything with it, or if he's just going to be the LoQuisha guy, and that's who he's going to be for the rest of his life. Probably what he's going to be for the rest of his life. But I don't know. It's always interesting when someone makes something like this for attention, and then they get the attention they want. Is it to their detriment, or is it beneficial?
It looks like a crappy movie, so probably to his detriment.
Oh, of course.
I mean, if anything, do a good job and really make a good movie with this kind of a character and what you're doing, and get a good comic to do it.
Listen, Robert Downey Jr. had a bunch of no for Tropic Thunder and won Jamie Foxx over. So you just listen. It's a minefield. It is possible to do it though. So.
Well, so the thing about the Robert Downey Jr. one is because he's the point of that is to lambast people that do that, whereas the point of this movie is, hey, this white guy needs an edge. He's gonna pretend to be black.
Yeah, no, it's not too far off. Like I said, it can be a disaster, but if they execute it properly, it might be all right. I don't know. It's a lot harder one way. It's a lot harder for a white person to emulate, mimic, insert other words here, minorities than it is the other way around.
Right.
Because that's just been the norm.
Well, but the comedy works best when you're punching up, not when you're punching down.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in to more racial talk with Dino, CP, and Lindsay.
After hours a little early tonight.
So we are getting to the hour, and last week someone did pay us money for me to talk about Metal Gear Solid for a minute.
Go ahead. Do your
okay.
For those listening, we thank you. Oh.
So the story of this movie, is most likely going to be the story of Metal Gear Solid from the PlayStation 1, which is technically actually the third game in that franchise. There have been 21 games altogether over 20 systems, spanning everything from the Commodore 64 to the Xbox One. And they make a lot of money. The most recent one actually out on its opening day made more money than Avengers Age of Ultron did. Just saying.
Really?
They came out like within a year of each other too, so it's not a completely random comparison to make. But anyway, so Metal Gear Solid. What is that? Metal Gear Solid. It's in reference to two things. In the Metal Gear Solid universe, there are these tanks called Metal Gears, which are just bipedal tanks that could shoot nukes at any target on the face of the earth. And so it's like the whole series is about finding control for these. It's like it's like the next step of nuclear proliferation in a way. And the story of the first movie will probably be terrorists getting control of one of these at a nuclear disposal site, and the main character, Snake, is sent in to sneak in and overtake it and stop the bad guys. Yeah.
I appreciate you getting me copyright struck for your music. In the background.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to pop up.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right.
I had a sign of something in one of my videos and it came up.
Oh God. Okay.
No,
well, I hope it wasn't. I hope it wasn't.
It's fine. You know, it's the glorious folks that provide super chat is what fuel this train. Even though there's no proof of it on the YouTube page, the chat is just barren.
Oh, John,
so they started
LaQuisha singing.
LaQuisha singing. Oh my god.
That was the theme song from Metal Gear Solid 3 for the PlayStation 2, a game that was a riff on the James Bond franchise.
I was just gonna say it sounds awfully Bondish.
It's intentional that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that started on Commodore, huh?
Well, there were Metal Gear games on the Commodore. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But it's
cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like Mad Max. Everyone just thinks Road Warrior is the first one, but there's Mad Max. Everyone thinks Metal Gear Solid is the first one, but there's Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 and blah, 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 blah.
I'm going to rename this. Lindsay is the nerdiest person in history. That's what this episode's going to be retitled.
What I need right now is a Homer Simpson going, nerd!
So the other movie that comes out this week, so there's two. One that yours truly owns in FBOC, which is The Sun Is Also a Star, which looks awful, just awful. It's a rom-com, like I don't know, romantic drama. It's a rom-dram, like I don't know what you call The Sun Is Also a Star. Lindsay, define The Sun Is Also a Star. What would you call it? Quick.
Wait, rewind. I was reading the chat. What's the question again?
The Sun Is Also a Star.
The Sun Is Also for what?
Plot. For PlayStation 4. No, the movie that comes out this week.
Oh, I hadn't heard about this movie actually.
Oh, Sun Is Also a Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, films, box office.
No, I thought you were saying like the son of this guy is also a star, and I'm like, wait, who? Which actor? Who are we talking about?
Right. Brando, Pacino. No, Pacino's on the son.
I've seen a lot of posters for The Sun Is Also a Star actually around the LA area, so it's getting a lot of attention, or at least it might be. It could do okay.
Sure. Yeah. No, like, is it romantic? Like, what is it? Rom-dram? Like, but it's not a romantic comedy, right? Guy's got to win a girl over the course of a day or something, right?
College-bound romantic Daniel Bay and Jamaica-born pragmatist Natasha Kingsley meet and fall for each other over one magical day amidst the fervor and flurry of New York. Sparks immediately fly between these two strangers. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, go watch Before Midnight. How about that?
Yeah.
Go watch Before Midnight. I rarely sing Linklater's praises, but the Before trilogy probably way better. Also, A Dog's Journey, which we saw the trailer for last night before Pikachu.
You actually watched? I purposely got there late because I can't stand kids' movie trailers anymore. They're so bad.
Dude, it's a dog It's a dog reincarnation movie.
Are you kidding me?
It's the same dog. It's the same dog soul that goes through multiple dogs to make sure that it takes care of this girl who grows up.
So it's in the Stephen King verse.
It's like it is the theme today. It's like a golden retriever at first, and then it's like it's like different. It's literally different dogs throughout the movie, and it's Shirley MacLaine. Who's that actor who's big into reincarnation?
Shirley MacLaine?
Yeah, Shirley MacLaine. It's the Shirley MacLaine dog movie.
Mm-hmm. Well,
wow, that sounds
He's
fun.
got another movie. There was another Dog's Journey type movie, and it did well, I think a couple years ago or so. And that's why they ended up making this movie. So, It's going to make money for them. So, no, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So that wraps up the week. We're right on the hour.
They are actually, and I got my 2 minutes of Metal Gear Solid in. Woo!
And we lost. We
Even
lost
it felt
half
like a
the
million
audience.
years.
You guys have anything coming up?
Yes.
No, nothing to report.
Okay. Well, so we'll see you next week on Show Business, right here on WILIscredia. Dino. No. We're not leaving yet. Don't you cut
Don't
Dino
take off real quick.
Don't steal Dino's thunder.
Yeah, you can check out the Late Horror Show tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I will be live with a Dead Alive commentary.
Ooh.
Full commentary on the movie. So there you go.
Also,
and
what else you doing?
Right
Dino?
after this, in 15 minutes, you can go to my channel, The Late Horror Show, and catch the after hours of Show Business.
Yeah, we're a bit more loose with our words than we were here.
Oh my God! We're gonna just like drop racial slurs, like
yeah. This
where
is
Peter, the bearded movie guy, will join me, CP, and I think Fuego from Fuego Entertainment will be there too. So
Fuego from Fuegotainment and the horror show, depending on which avenue you know him from.
Right.
Thanks everybody in the chat on the YouTube page for joining us. Massive apologies for it not showing up on the page there. That'll be amended by next week. But this is my first giddy up from this new rig. So
praise for CP!
Yay! Almost. I get it. What, a B- for this one?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
C+.
All right, so that'll do it for this week. Head on over to the Dino. Why don't you drop your channel name over in the YouTube chat, and then we'll skedaddle over there in about 10 minutes.
Woo!
I've been CP.
I've been
Lindsay.
Dino. Oh, you're Lindsay.
Sorry, my head's blah, blah. Yeah, he's Dino and I'm Lindsay.